Well, a very good morning from the entire crew here of Sporty Monday. Of course, it's cloudy in Nairobi, it's raining. But here, there's never a dull moment. We have a beautiful, beautiful show lined up for you. We'll go to Harare, we'll be in Germany, we'll be in London. And of course, the heat is palpable in England. From 3-horse race, it's now 2. Who will have the final laugh? We're gonna delve into that. And in our quickfire segment, we will be speaking to none other than the Kenya Rugby Union President, Mr. Sasha Mutai. He is already in the house, and we'll be asking him all the hard questions. You don't want to miss that. Welcome to the program. My name is Isaac Swila. And of course, to the question of the day, today we ask you, amidst the heavy downpour in the country, what's the state of the stadium in your county? What's the state of the stadia in your county? We want to hear from you. Start engaging us by texting your feedback to 22422, hashtag Sporty Monday, at Isaac Swila, at Citizen TV Kenya, hashtag Sporty Monday. And of course, you can also tag Zita Jimoi, Jacob is here, Steve Shitera, and we will be sampling your feedback, as well as Alex Kinywa. And now to our top story. We begin in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, where Kenya's under-20 rugby team, Chipu, were in sparkling form, beating the hosts in their own backyard to win the Bathurst Trophy. And with it, and a ticket to the World Cup set for Scotland later in the year. As you can see down there, how the action went. Kinywa, I'll begin with you. This is your forte, probably. Chipu, bagging this, did it come as a surprise? What do you make of it?
No, not really a surprise. Well done to Chipu, well done to the whole team. You could tell from day one that the boys wanted it. You know, guys had their own doubts because they were not in camp for a very long time. But the kind of selection that was done, the kind of team that was put out there was a very balanced team. We had new members of the team. We also had 9 players from the squad that played in the Rugby Under-20 World Trophy last year. So it was a very balanced team, and that helped Kenya. Looking at the match yesterday against Junior Sables, it was a very, shaky start. Junior Sables leading 10-0 within the opening 10-15 minutes. But then we came back very strongly through Patrick Wenaina, Michael Omalo. These are the core members of the team that I'm talking about, the part of the 9 players that were playing in the World Under-20 Trophy. And you could see the morale in the team and the kind of coordination that was, in the team throughout the game, that the boys wanted it. Most of the guys, most of the rugby fans are saying, Junior Sabos played their worst game, but it was a very sweet revenge for Kenya. Remember, they beat us here last year while we were hosting the Rugby Under-20 Trophy, and it was good to see the boys, put out a very strong performance. First tournament for Jawiz, and of course, he brought it home, qualifying for the World Under-20 Trophy in Scotland later this year. It's a beautiful time to to see the development that is happening right from the under-20s, the national sevens team, and of course we hope now this energy is going to be transferred even to the national 15 side, the Simbas. Yeah.
Shitera, Alex has brought very interesting perspective, the development, and hoping that can spill over to Simbas. Basically, your take home from this competition down south.
In fact, that is where they will need to now draw the talent because it's a young side. It has shown that it is up to the task. And the chairman, I'm very sure, closely followed it, and he can see the talent that is coming up, feeding into the senior team. I covered school games last year, and you could see the talent from those boys. If we can pick, as Alex said, such talent, forming such a team. You see, these are young boys who are really hungry for trophies. And I can clearly say that with proper management, they are going far. Let us not hear the questions coming up that our national team did not fly because of allowances, because of accommodation issues, because of air tickets. Now, these are the things that needs to be sorted. The guys have done it. Now,
what you're saying is very important. Let me just add something. If you covered school games last year, I'm sure you came across Jackson Siketi.
Yes, yes.
Playing for Koyonzo.
Koyonzo, yeah.
In the rugby sevens.
Yes.
He was the FIASA MVP in the East African finals. And you can see Jackson Siketi yesterday was part of the guys that put in a big shift. Right now he plays for Cabra Sugar, but he's still in the development side. So if there is a good pathway for these talents to be spotted right from high school, then through these ranks, we have, there's a point we do not boast of the kind of structures other countries enjoy in terms of rugby. I remember Tendai was saying, Tendai is the official scrum coach for South Africa. He's a world champion. He was seen with the junior subs, I think, a day before the tournament. And there was talk that he was, training the junior subs in terms of, scrums. But when you look at what Kenya did yesterday, our scrums were our strong point. I think every time Kenya got a knockout and, guys were calling for scrums, and that would tell you the confidence they had in the team. If we can have a proper pathway for these talents, then the talent is there. We just need good organization, good management, and of course, a clear pathway for these guys to grow. Yeah.
Isia, coming to you, Alex has brought very key talking points in this. But as Chipu even head to Scotland for that World Trophy, I know one of the teams we're going to face there is Netherlands. One of them is Uruguay. And of course, we're waiting for the outcome. Is the American playoff? One team going to come from there? Actually, we're in Pool B. Do you think we have the mettle probably to go head-to-head with Netherlands and Uruguay at the world stage?
Absolutely. So there are some disciplines in this country where we flourish with almost zero effort. Yeah. And Alex talked aptly about infrastructure that we have. If you were to juxtapose what we have in this country and some of those other countries, then you will know the gap. But still, we are able to do what we do. So the best thing is that we have a team that has been assembled. We have a team that has played and won the Bathurst Cup. So give them time, the best time to prepare for this. Let them be together. Give them everything that they require, and they are going to perform. Look at our history in rugby, even when it comes to like World Series. And again, compare what we do, what we have done for a long time, against some of those top teams which enjoy a lot of support in terms of like even infrastructure and all that. So the question of whether we are able to do it, yes, we are able to do that. What we need to do is a very fertile ground to launch those boys to the World Cup. What am I talking about when I'm talking about a fertile ground? This is happening, the victory is coming when there's a lot of heat, even at KRU, right? And you wonder, really, what the boys are telling the leadership. What the boys are telling the leadership. They are telling them that we are ready to go. We have got what it takes. We just need your support. That one comes when there's a lot of togetherness. The win for the boys is coming at a time that we are heading to Munich. To play for before the final challenger, looking forward to go back to the main thing. Now, what are the boys telling again the leadership? They are telling them that we want to do this. We need your support, and basically the idea is, if we have a leadership in place, let's minimize wrangles. Let's support the people who are in office for today, and we see what we can do with this. Because absolutely, with this talent, we have more than enough. The question is just managing.
That's very good, because you should ask yourself, what are they fighting for? Is it about rugby? Because if it's about rugby, the teams that are playing rugby...
They're performing. They're performing, right?
Are the fights about rugby, or is it something else?
Sasha will be telling us that. Zita?
I know we went through a transition phase. That's why we didn't perform very well in the sevens. And the transition now, we've learned from the mistake that we've made, and now we can see now the way we are talking now from Chipu going to transition to the senior team. Now it's going to be smooth. I know the president of rugby is here, and we'll be talking about that, because actually the transition really messed us up, because we didn't have people who are going to do what, to take the space of like Nigeria, take the place of the best that we had in the rugby. But again, because of now that Chipu are doing very well, and again we have a transition is going to be smooth, and I know we are going to do very well, and we're coming back to the top. And just something that else that Shitera has been talked about the school games just ended like 2 weeks ago, I think, the rugby school games 2 weeks ago. I hope the president noted some of the good players so that, again, the transition can be better. Even the teams that we have here, the rugby teams here in Kenya, I hope they went and scouted the best talents from the school games.
And still staying